Yes, and guys, what is going on? How is everybody today? We are doing our Premier League predictions week number 4. As you can see, a little different front. I think it looks quite stylish. And our Premier League table there. We are going to be jumping straight into it. So, first game, the Friday night kickoff. We have Luton versus West Ham. Tough game for Luton, very tough. Could be tough for West Ham though. Luton's first home game of the season. They're going to want to make it tough to play. They're going to want to make it compact, and just not a nice all-round place to be. However, I do see potentially West Ham walking away with this and actually doing them 3-0. I think West Ham look very solid this year. I think Paqueta's doing well. I think Ward-Prowse has been a great addition. It'll be very... I'd like to say it'd be an interesting game to watch though. Maybe see how West Ham go. But yeah, 3-0 West Ham. Next up we have Sheffield United versus Everton. Another 6-pointer for Everton 2 weeks in a row. No team have won a game so far this season. Both teams in the relegation scrap. Probably very likely favourites. And I'm sorry to say this, Everton fans, but I think you're going to lose 4 on the spin and lose 1-0 to Sheffield United. And it's not terrible because Sheffield United is an extremely tough place to go to. So when you are down there, it's always going to be a tough game to have. But I do see Sheffield United just edging this with being the home side. Next up we have Brentford versus Bournemouth. Now Brentford going unbeaten all season. Bournemouth losing their last 2 after drawing their first game of the season. Again, being at Brentford, I doubted them this season with no Ivan Toney. For half a year I thought they'd struggle, but they seem to actually be quite coping very well with the goals front. And that is why I am predicting a 2-0 Brentford win at home. Very tough, very good team to play against. I don't think Bournemouth are going to have enough. Burnley Spurs. Burnley obviously have only played 2 games this season. Lost both against Villa and Man City. They looked decent against Man City, I must say. But I didn't think they were very good against the Villa. Personal opinion. Spurs lost their first game of the season but won 2 on the bounce. I think that's right. Did they lose their first game of the season? No, they drew. Don't know why it says lost. Spurs drew their first game of the season if I'm right. But Spurs look very, very good this season. James Maddison looks like he's been a great signing for them. They look very strong, very, very good in attack. Their new goalkeeper, Vicario, is it as well. I think looks pretty solid. That is why I'm going for a 2-0 Spurs win. Kulusevski and Richarlison to score. You've heard it here first. Richarlison's going to score. Chelsea Forest next. Chelsea drew 1, lost 1, won 1. Forest lost 2, won 1. Nothing much that you'd expect. Chelsea at home though, I do believe that they should see this game out as a comfortable win, but I also think that Forest aren't as bad as people write them off to be, and Chelsea aren't as good as people think. I could see a 2-1 Chelsea win here, and it won't be easy at all. Maybe Forest even go 1-0 up. Next up, City Fulham. Don't need to talk about City. Won 3 in a row. Fulham won 1, drew 1, lost 1. I do think Fulham will be difficult to beat against City, just like Sheffield United was. However, I do think they're going to edge it out. I think they've got too much firepower than anybody else in the league. So no matter how defensively organised you are, how resilient you are at the back, they're always going to break you down. I do think City will do it and beat Fulham 2-1. Next up, we have Brighton Newcastle. Brighton 1-2, lost 1 against a hammering from West Ham after being counter-attacked by them. Newcastle 1-1, lost 2 after a terrible result against Liverpool. In my eyes, I don't think Liverpool should be down to 10 men for all 60 minutes. You'd be 1-0 up and you lose that game 2-1. No excuses in my opinion. Brighton got counter-attacked like mad again from West Ham. David Moyes got his tactics spot on the day. But Brighton at home, Newcastle, I'm not sure if Botman's out. So I'm sorry to say this, but I do think you're going to be losing 3 in a row and you're going to lose 2-1 to Brighton. Next up, Palace Wolves. Palace won 1, lost 1, drew 1. Yeah, a bit of up and down there. Wolves lost 2 but won 1. They won their 6-pointer, massive game. Could it give them the motivation and the drive to kickstart their season? Maybe. But I don't think it will. I think Palace at home, tough place to go to that one end of the ground. You know, they're ultras, if you must. I see Palace doing them 2-0. I don't think Wolves have got it in them this year. I think they're really going to struggle and could go down. Potentially over Everton or Sheffield United. Next up, we have Liverpool Villa. Liverpool going unbeaten, drew 1-1-2. We just spoke about it at the game against Newcastle, which they never should have won. In fact, Trent also should have been off, in my eyes. Villa got that hammering from Newcastle, but since then haven't looked like they've had to even get out of first gear against Newcastle, Burnley, and even Hibs midweek last week. You know, Hibs again tonight. Villa really do look good, in my opinion. Will we have enough to beat Liverpool at Anfield? Maybe my opinion here and my prediction's a bit biased. But I think no Van Dijk, it will rock that back four a little bit. And I do see us do it. Maybe could potentially take all 3 points if we play well as we can. But a 2-2 I think is a fair prediction. I don't think Trent should be on the pitch though either Sunday. And if I'm honest with you, everyone's going to disagree. McAllister shouldn't be there either. Villa, if there's no Trent, McAllister or Van Dijk, I'll go for a Villa win. Next, Arsenal United. I'm pretty sure this is the last game of the weekend. Arsenal unbeaten, 1-2 drew 1. United 1-2 lost 1. But both of these teams, to a sense, got lucky at the weekend. You know, Arsenal went 1-0 down early doors. United went 2-0 down. I do think Arsenal they're going to edge it out. I think they've got more than enough in their lockers to do this, and I'm going for a 1-0 Arsenal win at the Emirates. Final results, games, my prediction, that's what results, points. So this is what we've got so far. Weekly leaderboards. Let's have a recap of how we did last week then. So we got 7 points last week. 1 point better than the 2 weeks prior. So that is an improvement. Guys, if you have enjoyed, please drop a like. Comment down below if you agree, disagree. Send me in your predictions. I'll be really interested to see what you guys think. And please subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon.